continue with the governor in the OTR pop quiz. A current member of the Massachusetts congressional delegation was nominated for a Grammy last year. Was it Seth Moulton, Elizabeth Warren, or Richie Neal?
I actually don't think I know the answer to this one, but since Seth Moulton's my congressman, I'm going to guess him.
There you go. It's Elizabeth Warren, nominated for a Grammy for the Best Spoken Word album category. She did not win. Joan Rivers won. Question 4.
What did she do?
The audiobook, A Fighting Chance.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, good for her.
Joan Rivers won the category. Question 4. The Massachusetts State Police Pipes and Drums played at your inauguration last year. This volunteer band performed 20 years ago in response to which event? Was it the death of a state trooper, the re-election of Governor Weld, the UMass basketball team's appearance in the NCAA March Madness tournament?
I hate to say this to you, but you're going to have to read that one to me again.
The Massachusetts State Police Pipe and Drum Corps played at your inauguration last year. It actually formed 20 years ago in response to one of these events you see on the screen. The death of a state trooper, the election of William Weld, or the UMass basketball team.
Well, Bill and Paul would have been reelected in 1995, but I'm going to go with the death of a state trooper.
That's why it was. And Mark Charbonnier in the line of duty. The final question is, Senate President Stan Rosenberg is a proud alum of the UMass Marching Band. What instrument did he play?
Come on, you're going to be embarrassed if you don't know this one.
Yeah?
I am.
You ready? Will this picture help? Go ahead, Dorothy. Put the picture on, please. He's not shouldering a tuba, but he played a tuba.
One more thing I
More
didn't know
ammunition.
about my colleague, the Senate President.
Something else to talk about in those meetings
You
on
bet.
Tuesdays.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go back to the opioid question. Another part of your plan allows medical professionals to commit people in crisis involuntarily. There is some concern among the medical community about who gets burdened by this cost, number one, and on the long-term legal ramifications. What do you tell them?
First of all, it's a door opener for a conversation. As most people know in Massachusetts, if somebody shows up in an ER and they have mental health issues and they believe clinically that they are an immediate danger to themselves or somebody else, they can hold them for 72 hours with the court's permission. We basically just want to make the same capability available if you're dealing with somebody who's overdosed and practically killed themselves as a result of an opioid overdose.
Would the state end up paying, though, if they make the determination to hold them for 3 days?
As long as you stay. Remember, virtually everybody in Massachusetts has insurance. Insurance will cover it.
Well, for those that don't, for example.
Well, for those that don't, it would probably be paid for through the uncompensated care pool, which we've had in place for 30 years. But the big issue here is to recognize and understand that most of the time what happens with these folks is they come in, they're near death, or some have actually clinically died. They get Narcan back to life, and they immediately fly out of the ER looking for their next fix. And in a bunch of these ERs, they've told me that there are literally dealers just hanging around outside the hospital waiting for people to come out.
Dealers hanging around.
These people are in immediate danger to further hurt and potentially kill themselves. And I'm wide open to a conversation about how we make this work, how we make sure it gets paid for, how we incorporate it into larger issues with respect to treatment. But again, I just feel like if we don't take some of these issues on and talk about them, we're not going to get anywhere on this.
Governor, thank you for your time.
I very much appreciate it.
It's always great seeing you on the record.
Go Pats.
Go.
Big game today.
It's going to be a tough game today against the Jets. We're back with the OTR Roundtable. Stay with us.